anyone's got any knowledge about time travel at all, but there's a there's a eccentric professor, eccentric guy really called Professor Mallet, and he read a book called that was written by H.G. Wells called The Time Machine, and it gave him the idea to try to invent time travel so that he could travel through time and so save his father's life because his father died when he was very young, like my dad's father died when he was 8. And this Professor Mallet, I think he might have been 10 when he lost his father. But I've got I've got the remake here of there was a film made of this book in 1960, and I've got the remake of it here that was made in the 21st century. You can see there it's Guy Pearce, Samantha Mumber, and Jeremy Irons, and it says there it's marvelous science fiction extravaganza, news of the world, and it's PG. So scary scenes may not be suitable for under 8s. It is a bit scary in parts. Let's read the back of it. Scientist Sir Alexander Hartigan, Guy Pearce, Memento, is determined to prove that time travel is possible. His determination is turned to desperation by a personal tragedy that now drives him to want to change the past. Testing his theories with a time machine of his own invention, Hartigan is hurtled 800,000 years into the future, where he discovers a terrifying new world where mankind is divided into the hunter and the hunted. Based on the classic science fiction novel by H.G. Wells, The Time Machine also stars Dublin-born singer-songwriter Samantha Mumber, making her feature film debut, and Jeremy Irons, Dungeons and Dragons, as the evil Uber Morlock. So we can see here that like Professor Mallet, like this the aforementioned Professor Mallet, this guy Alexander Hartigan, whatever his name is spurred on by personal tragedy to and I think it is something that I think the concept of time travel can be spurred on by personal tragedy. It's like that song by Cher, if I could turn back time. I think we've all wished sometimes that we could turn back time, and this guy in this film on DVD, it is he started to think about he was already giving some thought to time travel already, but when he lost his fiance, I think when his fiance got killed, accidentally killed, I think it was his fiance or girlfriend or whatever. That's when this desire to invent time travel was really sort of given a boost. No, as you could say. And and he invents this machine for traveling through time, and ends up in all, he finds himself in all sorts of strange. He goes into the past twice, or alternate, but in both these past scenarios, his girlfriend or fiance or yeah, one of my favourite films of all time. Yeah, have you seen this version of it? Anyway, it was this travel, this time travel was something that he wanted to do to prevent the death of his fiancée or his girlfriend or whatever she was. Well, though there was a version of it that came out in 1960. I think the Doctor Who series was partly got its inspiration from this film that came out in 1960. I couldn't be sure about that, but I think I've read somewhere that it did get it did get the inspiration for Doctor Who from this from the original version of a time machine. But he got, yeah, yeah. I'll show the special feature. It features two commentaries with the film's creators and the stars of a 1960 version, hunt sequence animatic, and behind the scenes documentaries creating the Morlocks and building the time machine. The Morlocks are a different species of human that have supposedly evolved in the future. Opening deleted scene, visual effects how-to, production design gallery, stunt choreography sequence, interactive menus, scene access, trailers. Yeah. So the film is showing that the desire to travel through time is very often spurred on by personal tragedy because, as I said, he goes back into the past twice. But on both these occasions, no, he goes back into the past once, not twice. Sorry, hi, Mr. or Mrs. Shivit or whatever you are. He goes back into the past once, and he ends up losing his fiancée, like he did originally. He doesn't seem to be able to save her, so he goes into the future instead. But it is showing that very often the desire to travel through time it is something that comes from personal tragedy, because this Professor Mallitu's trying to invent time travel now. Yeah, he goes back hundreds of times, but we didn't see that part. As she dies, or there's no way you can stop it. You can prevent the death. Every time he goes back, she always dies, doesn't she? But this Professor Mallet, this guy who's actually trying to invent time travel, he read the book that was written by H.G. Wells, and it gave him the idea to travel back in time to save a life, to save his father's life. So this film and that fact, but both go to show that the desire to travel through time is something that comes from personal tragedy. Because if someone we love dies, very often we wish that we could travel back in time to prevent what happened to them. And Anyway, we only see her dying twice, don't we? How she originally. Yeah, very true. But what led to that? You can't control. Yeah, well, you're probably right about that. Anyway, that's Jeremy Irons there. The actor. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Jeremy Irons, but I've boosted my viewing figures because normally when I do a DVD review, I just do it on my iPhone. I don't do it live, and I just post it. But this, that's what happened to her originally. She got shot. She got shot the first time because someone because he gets engaged to her, and this robber, this horrible robber, is trying to get the ring because of his own personal grief. He's trying to get a ring off her, but because she's just got engaged, she resists and ends up getting shot. Well, that's what happened in the present. So he wanted to try to travel back in time to prevent that from happening. But every it's like you say, every time he did that, she always ended up dying. It was something he had no control over, really. People dying is something we've got no control over. I've lost a lot of people that have been close to over the years. My mum and dad have both died. A lot of my aunties and uncles have died. Most of my aunties and uncles have died. My grandmother, they've all just lived for 70 or 80 odd years, and then just that's been the end of them. So really, there's nothing we can do about it, really, is it? It's just you have to just get on with your life. I've had to just keep on living without my parents, and without a lot of my relatives. Because the fact is that people can't live forever in this world. Anyway, I don't think have I shown the front. I think I've already shown the front of it, haven't I? Yeah. So I think this review has gone on for. What are the contents of it? Sex, nudity, none. But violence, some moderate, other, some scary images and menace. The runtime of it is 92 minutes approximately. So I think this review's gone on for long enough now. I think so. This is where it ends.